What's going on, YouTube? Got some lighthearted political shit today. I want to just get right into it. I don't know why it's such a big deal to me personally. It's not a huge deal. I think it looks goofy when anybody does it. I think it's kind of stupid. I don't know. You have to tell me what you think. Basically, the political talk of the town right now is Kamala going around doing her rallies and shit like that. And there's two clips, and I'll throw them in here in a second. Basically, the first clip is her talking with like a southern accent, which, okay, do whatever you want. And then that's at a rally in Detroit, which makes no sense because Detroit's not in the South, but she's doing some kind of thing. And then there's another clip when she's in Pittsburgh, and she has no accent anymore, and it's just gone. And people are, either defending her to the hilt if you're on the left, or trying to tear her apart over it if you're on the right. I don't know. I'll put the clip in right here.
Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Everywhere I go, I tell people, you may not be a union member, but you better thank unions for that 5-day work week. Thank unions for sick leave. Thank unions for paid family leave. Thank unions for your vacation time. Let's just get through the next 64 days. How about that? So we're 64 days out from this election. Ballots in Pennsylvania will start dropping in 14 days.
And if you watch that, you can see what I'm talking about. It's pretty obvious what's going on. Like I said, you got people on the left defending it, calling it code switching. And if you don't know what code switching is, I looked up the definition, but I feel like the definition is like slightly off anyway. It mentions switching languages. I don't think of code switching as actually switching, like you're not going from English to German in the same sentence, or Spanish in the same sentence. I think of it just more like the affect with which you talk, and like which words you use and stuff like that. More like what slang you use and things like that. That's what I think of it when I think of it. Accent would be closer to that. I think it's kind of funny. I don't know. Maybe because she's in Detroit, like she's like leaning into like. I don't know why the southerny, like the draw is coming out like a southern draw. She's from Cali, and she grew up in Canada for a little while, so she obviously doesn't have a southern accent, but she's doing it. Whatever, you can say it's code switching. You can say, like I said, you can say whatever you want about it. I think it's goofy. To me, it sounds pandering. That's what it sounds like to me. Like. But at the same time, I get that, like, you want to say it's code switching too, that's fine, I guess. Do you code switch? I'm pretty sure, like, anybody who's, like, a halfway decent communicator, or, like, a sociable person who has, like, friend groups that are, like, in different cultural backgrounds, or, like, anything like that, even just different settings, you're going to run into people who code switch. Like, you should code switch in my mind. Like, it makes sense. Like, I'm talking in this YouTube video, I don't talk like the same way I'm talking in this YouTube video to my grandma, or like, you know what I mean? Like, there's obvious, it's situational the way you use language, like, and when I played sports and shit like that, everybody talks different, like, when they're hanging out with their friends versus at school in the classroom. You don't talk the same way to your teachers or your parents the same way you talk to your friends. When you're on a sports team, everybody's bullshitting around. I definitely noticed it. Like, when I went to college, my first year in college, I had what was it? I think three black dudes that were my roommates, and I was on a football team. And obviously there's a bunch of black dudes on the football team. And a bunch of them, though, were from Florida. So they obviously have an actual accent if they're from Florida, and they use different slang than I do. So I would just slowly pick up on it, and I'm going to start using it because it just fits in the scenario. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. That just is what it is. The dudes I hung out with in college and shit like that, I had friends obviously at different places, but when we go hang out with them, they would like say shit funny ways or different ways, and you just pick up on it, and you talk more similar to the people you're hanging out with. It's just by default, it doesn't matter. My wife talks more like me now than she did years ago because she has just slowly picked up on the shit I say and says it more often now. It's like subconscious. It's just to fit in. I don't have any problem with that. That is not what's happening here. I don't think so. If you just fully switch it for one conversation where you don't know the people, that is different to me. Because like it's not her friends at the rally. It's just people you're trying to get them to identify with you. So I understand that part of it, but I don't know. Something about it seems weird to me. It's on the same level of the Hillary Clinton like hot sauce shit. Not the same level. Okay, I'll dial it back a little bit. It's not the same level. That was fucking crazy. That was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Roll the Hillary Clinton clip if you would, future Ruben.
He said no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Are you getting information right now?
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I
yes.
just want you to know, people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Are you not?
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
That's why you're coughing. You might need to slow down.
I need yeah, I'm having a rebellion against it because I think it keeps my immune system strong. I really do. I think hot sauce is good for you in moderation. Let's not go.
I just like.
So after watching that, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, that shit's insane. Hillary Clinton's a fucking old white bitch. I don't know where they're from. Aren't they from like, the Clintons are from like the Midwest, like Kansas or something? I can't remember where they're from. They're from the middle of fucking nowhere, Midwestern, I guess. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Somebody might say like the best barbecue in the world's from fucking Oklahoma or something, I guess. And Kansas is only a little bit north of that. But, I mean, get on with that shit. Keep hot sauce in your fucking purse or whatever she's talking about. I mean, that's pandering. That's blatant pandering in my mind. And I don't think that worked out too well for her in the end. So it'll be interesting to see how this shit with Kamala works out. Like, people are normally pretty decent at sniffing out when somebody's being fake. You're pandering to people, you're being fake. You're basically patronizing these people. Oh, like, look at me, I'm one of you guys. I talk like you guys, and then you go to a different city and you talk completely different. I don't know. Everybody wants to talk about the politicians being weird and not being normal people. I mean, that's as not normal as it gets. If you're being normal, I feel like you should just be yourself. That's that's the trope. Be yourself. Being yourself doesn't normally entail putting on an accent when you talk to people, but so I said, like, I mean, it's kind of just personal preference. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think it's kind of it's just funny. It's goofy. Like, why are you talking like a southern fucking preacher and shit? Like, I don't know why you're saying that. You want to thank a union member? I don't know why she's doing that. Like, you don't normally talk like that. And it makes it worse because it's literally the same speech, obviously. She gives the same speech each city. So it makes it very obvious to anybody who's paying attention, like, what the hell was that? Why are you throwing... Like, I don't know. If I was hanging around something like my siblings and they just started talking with a southern accent and they're not goofing around, you'd be like, what the fuck was that? Why are you talking like that? You don't talk like that. And like I said, she's from out west. She grew up she obviously doesn't talk like that in her regular life. Any other time she's not talking like that, so it's just odd to throw it on. Especially in Detroit, which that's the really thing that's throwing me way off, is like, it would even make a little more sense if you went to Mississippi and started throwing on like a southern accent. Why are you doing it in Detroit? I don't know. You guys gotta let me know what you think. Other than that, really, I don't know. Stock market crashed a little bit. Again today, we got bad shit happening in Japan. I think that's what tomorrow's video will be about. We'll ride it out, see what's going on. And otherwise, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on. We got polls, betting markets updating. Trump's back in the lead, supposedly, here and there. Like I said, I don't think it's worth putting any stock in that shit. It'll be over when it's over. It's over when the fat lady sings. We just got to wait until we get closer to time. There's too much shit going on to even worry about a poll or anything like that. So we'll see. You guys got to let me know. You guys code switching? You guys throw on you throw an accent on when you go talk to people you don't know? That's the least likely time I would do it. I'm definitely not putting on an accent to try to fit in with people I don't know. Especially on video. I don't know. It's getting wild. These old ass politicians just don't. I don't know. They're just not it. But that's what we got. So we got to deal with it. Let me know what you think. Drop a like on the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you didn't. Tell me why. And subscribe to the channel. Come back. We'll be here tomorrow. Catch you then.